Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to Philadelphia. Josue Pavon here. We made it down for round
City
2.
of brotherly love. Let's go. Game 3.
On the road. Ton to look forward to tonight. I'm sure Philadelphia's going to do a ceremony for Joel Embiid. We just talked to Al Horford, Marcus Smart, Jayson Tatum at shoot-around. Horford saying he'll get that moment. He deserves it, and then it's on to the game. These guys look pretty locked in, focused, especially Jayson Tatum, frustrated last game by the lack of minutes. Basically called an off night due to the foul trouble and said the key now is to just not foul and be out there. Tatum, did he seem like a guy to you who's going to be able to turn it around and quickly bounce back from probably his worst game of the year?
I think so. I just think when you look at what he's done in the past and you know his approach to games like this, bounce back games like this, especially in the playoffs, he usually doesn't miss.
CLNS Media's Celtics coverage is brought to you by FanDuel. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win.
In terms of him fouling, I'm glad he brought that up because I was going to mention in this video actually how it's going to be really important for the Celtics to be careful on that end, right? They can't get frustrated if the fouls start stacking up, especially on the road in this type of environment where it's going to be hostile and everyone's going to be excited to see Joel Embiid, back in the mix. I don't think you get the same sort of atmosphere if this was Joel Embiid's first game in the series. So I think it's a little different there. I think the scare factor, it's reduced a bit for the Celtics, so like they've seen him already. But that doesn't take away what the crowd's going to be like. They're still going to be aggressive. They're still going to be a factor, if you ask me. This is one of those crowds. And if you remember last time, even Marcus Smart got into it with a fan, and they like that. They're going to remember something like that, and they're going to try to egg him on. So the Celtics have to be careful, especially getting into foul trouble and getting into it with the referees.
And Al Horford always loves to hear the revenge game, the
he
boos.
does.
You always hear the boos for him.
Yeah, he loves the city.
This is a great atmosphere.
He does.
This is a great atmosphere here, especially for a playoff game. And I haven't seen one. You were here for that confetti game way back in the day in that series.
Man, that was
so
fun.
this is going to be my first playoff game here, seeing what it's like. And Horford, after that 2 for 10 game, 1 for 8 from 3, defended his shooting.
Yeah, he did.
To a reporter here. Here's what he had to say.
You had your best shooting season this season. Shot's kind of gone away a little bit here in the playoffs. What's different? What's going on with the shot now?
Not much difference, really. I'm still getting good looks, and I'll continue to shoot them. Even throughout the season, I went through ups and downs. That's just a part of it when you're an elite shooter. You're gonna get him up. You're laughing. You don't think I'm an elite shooter?
I do.
My numbers don't support it.
They do. The best.
We go through walls. So just staying confident and ready to go.
Al, love it. Fire.
I like that.
Almost like his back and forth with the fan, or maybe it was a player in Atlanta. He's had 2 of his better press conferences in a row during this postseason.
I wish he dropped the, where I finished in three-point percentage in the entire NBA, right? Like I wish he dropped one of those just to sort of remind people, because it was like, wait a minute, why is that funny? Like I'm up there. If you haven't realized, go look it up, and find out for yourself that I'm one of those top shooters,
And Marcus Smart said he's feeling okay with the shoulder injury. He's got the chest injury as well. He's going to give it a go again tonight. Joel Embiid, questionable. Didn't get over to Philly shoot-around, but Embiid watch continues tonight. Those two going to be playing each other often, I'm sure, tonight. And Embiid's the key. How's he going to look another game in, back from this? And I think that's the key to this series at this point. How much can he progress past what he did last game? Because I don't think last game is going to be good enough to win.
Yeah, well, you have to find that healthy build for Philly, right? You have to find that balance of having James Harden be your prime distributor, trying to get him into a flow of things. Because Suns did a really good job of just stopping that ball pressure, stopping his flow, whether it was as a playmaker or as a scorer, and trying to find that balance between the two. Joel Embiid's going to get his, trying to get to the free throw line, trying to get guys into foul trouble. I think that's going to be a big part of their approach to Game 3. But trying to get James Harden back into this, is this another 25-point performance, 30-plus, maybe even more than that? I think that's important for this team because it just opens up opportunities for other guys like Maxey to get going, Tobias Harris, who finished with the team high in Game 2. Does he get back to knocking down a couple of those 3-point shots that he had, those open looks that they got in Game 1? And, of course, incorporating Joel Embiid on both ends of the floor, where he's still effective, especially on the defensive side.
My key is Tatum and Brown connecting. Tatum game 1, awesome, but didn't connect with anyone else, and you only had the 10 shots there for Jalen in that game.
Yeah.
Game 2, Tatum off the court allowed Brown to break free and have that amazing game he did. So I'm interested to see how they're going to connect in this game for the rest of the series. Let us know your keys below.
The Garden Report is brought to you by BetterHelp. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/garden today to get 10% off your first month. This edition of the Garden Report is also brought to you by Athletic Greens. Visit athleticgreens.com/garden for a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase.